In 1815, Napoleon, the man who shook all of Europe, had finally been defeated. His empire has collapsed. But while the people hope for freedom, Europe's kings and rulers feel something else: fear. Fear that revolutions will rise again. Fear that another Napoleon will appear. So they gather in Vienna, determined to crush revolutionary ideas and restore their power. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are continuing with our class 10th history, chapter 2, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. We will cover a new conservatism after 1815, the Revolutionaries. The kings and leaders of Europe's big powers, that's Britain, Russia, Prussia, and Austria, wanted to make sure that no more revolutions or Napoleons popped up again. They were scared of all the change, chaos, and freedom that had come with the French Revolution and Napoleon's rule. So they decided to bring things back under control. This idea was called conservatism. But what is that? Conservatives believed in keeping traditional institutions strong, like the monarchy, kings and queens, the church, social hierarchies, rich above poor, private property, and the traditional family system. But here's the twist. They didn't want to go all the way back to the old days before the revolution. Instead, they believed that using modern ideas and tools like strong armies, better government, and modern economies could actually make monarchies stronger. So in 1815, these countries met at a big meeting called the Congress of Vienna, hosted by a powerful Austrian leader named Duke Metternich. There, they signed a treaty called the Treaty of Vienna. Here's what they did. They tried to undo all the changes Napoleon had made. They brought back the old royal families like the Bourbons in France. France had to give up the land it had taken during the wars. They built barriers around France by creating or combining other states. The Netherlands, which included Belgium, was created in the north. Genoa was added to Piedmont in south. Prussia got new land in the west. Austria got control of northern Italy. They kept the German Confederation, 39 small German states set up by Napoleon, but made sure they didn't get too powerful. What was the goal? To prevent another revolution and bring back the power of kings. But here's the problem. These new conservative governments were super strict. They didn't allow free speech, criticism, or even new ideas. They used censorship, which means controlling newspapers, books, songs, and plays that talked about freedom, equality, or revolution. Even though they tried to silence people, the spirit of the French Revolution still lived on in the heart of many, especially the liberal nationalists. These liberals wanted freedom of the press, freedom to criticize the government, democracy, and equal rights, and they weren't going to give up so easily. So that's how conservatism rose in Europe after Napoleon, but it also sparked resistance and new movements for freedom. Let's look at figure 6. This caricature, titled The Club of Thinkers, is a satirical artwork criticizing censorship and suppression of free speech in post-1815 Europe. The image mocks the conservative government of the time, especially those set up after the Congress of Vienna, for silencing liberal thinkers, intellectuals, and revolutionaries who wanted freedom, democracy, and national unity. The placard above the table says, "The most important question of today's meeting: how long will thinking be allowed to us?" This is ironic. They're allowed to think, but are worried about how long that freedom will last. It highlights the fear of losing even the right to private thought, not just public speech. Muzzles on the members' faces. They're physically prevented from speaking, which represents strict censorship. The members are thinkers, scholars, or intellectuals, but they are forced into silence. Rules board on the right. The rules mockingly say, "Silence is the first commandment." Muzzles will be distributed to prevent speaking. These exaggerated rules highlight how the freedom of expression, press, and thought was being crushed by conservative regimes. The members' expressions, they look frustrated or hopeless, intelligent people who are unable to share ideas. Moving on, After Napoleon was defeated in 1815, Europe's kings and emperors got their power back. They wanted to stop revolutions for good. But not everyone was happy with the return of monarchies and strict conservative rule. Many people, especially liberal nationalists, still believed in freedom, democracy, and the dream of creating united nations. But they were afraid of being punished, so they went underground. That's when secret societies began to form all across Europe. These groups trained revolutionaries, spread ideas of freedom and liberty, and planned to end the rules of kings. They believed that forming nation states, places where people shared a common language and culture, was the only way to be truly free. One of the most important revolutionaries of this time was Giuseppe Mazzini. Let's get to know him. He was born in Genoa in 1805. As a young man, he joined a secret group called the Carabinieri. At just 24 years old, he tried to start a revolution in Liguria, but caught and sent into exile. Yes, he was forced to leave. Did that stop him? No. While in exile, Mazzini didn't give up. He formed two powerful secret societies: Young Italy, based in Marseille, France; Young Europe, based in Bern, Switzerland. These groups were made up of young rebels from Italy, France, Germany, and Poland, all fighting for the same dream: freedom and national unity. So, what did Mazzini believe? He believed that God wanted people to live in free united nations, that Italy shouldn't stay divided into small kingdoms. It should be one big democratic republic, and that all European countries work together as equals. To him, liberty and unity went hand in hand. But not everyone liked his ideas. The powerful conservative leader, Metternich, remember him from the Congress of Vienna? He was terrified of Mazzini's ideas. He called Mazzini the most dangerous enemy of our social order. Why? Because Mazzini wanted to end monarchy, bring in democracy, and create a whole new way of organizing Europe. And that was a major threat to the old-fashioned rulers of Europe. Let's recap. Today we learn, after Napoleon's defeat, Europe's rulers brought back monarchies through conservatism and redrew the map at the Congress of Vienna. They used censorship to silence freedom. Secret societies and revolutionaries like Mazzini kept the spirit of democracy and unity alive through secret societies. Do you believe strict control and censorship can even stop people from fighting for freedom and new ideas? Or does it only make the desire for change stronger? Do answer in the comment. That's it for today. You can find the notes next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss another history adventure. Until next time, stay curious and remember, revolutionary ideas can change the world. Thank you.